What is going on, people? Before we start this juicy ass podcast on this chilly day,
a word from our sponsors. If you go to showtheart.com, type in the coupon code STAPOD.
okay,
Well, you got to go to the store portion of the website first.
okay,
And then you type in the coupon code STAPOD
go on.
at checkout. You will save 20%.
20%?
20%.
Dog, we're starting off heavy today.
Heavy.
So not 10, not 15, 20.
20 big dogs.
Damn, man.
So go to our website, purchase one of our hoodies, whatever we got in
one
stock.
of these hoodies that I'm wearing right now.
Create
jiu-jitsu.
Damn, that's
Huh?
beautiful.
You got the other color? We're rocking, baby.
That's it, man. Anything you want that's on our store, the total, take 20% off of it.
You're welcome.
Type in the coupon code STAPOD and keep a lookout soon. We'll have more gear. We're gonna revamp that whole section of our brand.
That sounds sexy.
And try to blow it up.
Blow it the hell up.
Our next sponsor is Inverted Gear. For all your jiu-jitsu
Freshness.
gi. They just came out with new shorts and
Did they?
spats. Yeah,
Ooh, okay.
they look pretty cool.
Nice.
And they got T-shirts, rash guards, everything. Jiu-jitsu needs.
Y'all got to get the panda, man. Panda.
Type in the coupon code ShowTheArt15, save 15% off.
We got something else for you.
Chimera Coffee. Go to chimeracoffee.com.
Type in the
what is the coupon code again?
Show the art.
Just show the art.
Just show the art, man. That's all you need.
And you save like 10%. It's a pretty big deal in the coffee world.
It is.
Coffee world doesn't really give coupon codes.
They don't.
Chimera Coffee does.
They do it right.
10%.
We got one more.
Go to M85.com.
He still got it.
Yo.
He still got
I'm
it.
busy.
Ain't no rust.
No.
Snitches.
M85.com. Type in the coupon code STA20. Save another 20%
Boom, baby.
on anything he sells.
Get
everything he sells.
Anything and everything.
And check out his work. He does good work. He does good graphic artwork.
Dope work.
STA20 at M85.com. Save yourself some money.
Get it.
Enjoy the show.
Boom.
Three, two, one.
We're back. What is going on, snitches? Your boys are back. Better than ever.
Welcome.
Welcome to the Show the Art podcast, guys, on this beautiful, was it Thursday?
Thursday or something.
Thursday morning, whenever it comes out. It's a beautiful morning or beautiful night whenever you're listening to it. What's up, guys? Oh, it feels good. I am your host, we are your co-host.
That's right.
My name is Ames. Alongside with me is my boy, my brother, Abe.
I'm here.
What's up, man?
I'm back. I'm
How you feel?
finally back.
We're back, snitches.
Back. Ames is back from hiatus.
Oh, gosh, it feels good to be here, man.
Hi haters.
Hi haters.
Back from hiatus.
We got no haters. It's all love.
It's all love.
Everyone listen to this.
It's all love. Listen, Ames.
What's up, man?
Listen, man.
What we got?
I'm going to formally congratulate on the birth of your child.
Oh, thank
your
you, man.
beautiful child.
Thank you.
For those of you who don't know, Ames is a new proud father.
I am a daddy.
That's why he's been out. That's why he's been on hiatus. Not because he was not. What is it called when
bitch?
When a military guy goes off and leaves?
Went out for service?
No. He leaves. He leaves
duty.
No.
Call of Duty.
No, he's in the service.
Fucking Rambo.
And he bounces. He says, "I'm out of the service."
Oh,
you know what I'm talking
honorable,
about?
Not honorable.
No.
Damn.
There's a word for it.
Yeah. What is that word? It shows how much.
Like if you're in war and then you bounce from the freaking
MIA.
camp.
No, missing that.
Whatever that word is. That's not what Ames is doing.
I'm not a bitch.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah. No, he was tending to the birth of his child and the health of his wife. Like,
yeah, man.
But he's back.
I'm back, man. It feels good to be back.
All right.
It's a sunny day.
So how I'm not going to ask you the normal question.
Okay.
How does it feel? What is it? Okay, you getting sleep?
That is the most frequently asked question.
Yeah. Everyone knows how it is.
Obviously,
you can't get sleep.
Nope.
Of course, it feels great.
Yeah.
You're a dad.
Yeah.
And it's like an easy question. All right. What is the number one thing that you have learned from at the start of this experience?
The one thing I learned, I wrote a post about it on my Instagram at Ames on Instagram.
Yeah, I read the
Shameless
first
hashtag.
part of it, and then it was too long. So
It's too long. You don't have to.
Yeah.
You don't have to. But
I'm
I
not
just
a reader. I'm not a reader. I'm an
not.
interrupter.
Yeah,
I'm not a reader.
that's what you are. Yeah, visual. We're visual learners, right? So the main thing that I learned, not to get all sappy, is that you really learn what love is, because you realize it's just like no matter what, no matter how tired you are, no matter how beat up you feel, not even beat up, no matter how groggy it could be, like 3 o'clock in the morning, you're gonna do it because you have to do it. Like you're gonna change your son because you got to change your son because you love your son. It's you really understand it's not about feelings, none of that feeling BS anymore. Not saying it's BS, but like tired or not, like people who love jujitsu, who love training, who if we have any champions listening, you guys know what I'm talking about. If you love jujitsu, because no matter how you're feeling, whether you're beat up, whether you're hurt. I remember Uncle Lebo doing the ADCC, and I remember he had an injury, right? It's because you love what you do. It just the love that you have for whatever that you do. It's just you're gonna perform. You're gonna do whatever.
That's what's driving you.
Yeah, that's what's driving me right now, man. Like not to have my son be unhealthy or lose weight or anything to harm him. Like I do to protect him and my wife. So that's the number one thing I learned. Like love. Like you remember the greatest thing I learned too, or understand more is remember Marcos. I remember Marcos saying our professor. He said that he didn't really understand or start learning until he became a black belt. I feel the same exact way. When you become a dad, you don't really understand what it means to love until that happens.
Interesting
kind of thing. So it's dope, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
I asked because I wouldn't know.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I don't want to act like I know. Yeah. I've heard stories. I've heard people say things like that.
Yeah.
But you don't know until it happens,
Until it happens. I remember one thing everyone said, too, is like when the baby comes out, everything changes. Like the way you look at things, the way just everything changes. And I agree with them now. And it wasn't until he came out of,
the womb,
out of paradise, that you understood, like, oh, yeah, everything's changed. Like, you think differently. What you think of, like, how am I going to take care of him? Like, you know what I mean? All that stuff. So it's cool, though. None of this, like, all that. It's awesome stuff, man.
Yeah, you're not pushing people away from it.
No, man. You guys, if I can say one thing, like, man, I can't wait for everyone. If you can have the chance to have a kid, man, it's great. Marriage is great.
There you go.
Yeah, man.
So it's not like in a nutshell. It's like everything's out of the nutshell now.
Yeah, man. Just all everything's all out. Out of the nut. That's it. He came out of it. Literally. Oh, man. But it's dope, man. It's dope.
That's crazy. I mean, it's funny. A lot of people were giving you advice. What to do, what to expect.
Yeah.
It's no advice.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to learn everything's like.
Right?
Yeah. As it happens during the process, you learn. Like it's like someone overwhelming you, bombarding you with so much jiu-jitsu knowledge that you just can't really absorb everything. Like it's good, like you're giving me great knowledge, but like my ability to really soak all that in without putting it into practice, it's gonna get lost in the shuffle.
True.
So
now, when the baby was born, was the feeling like, was it like when you win a tournament, if you ever won one? I have. I've won a couple. And like it happens, like let's say you win first place and you're like, oh shit, oh okay, I won, great. But like it doesn't hit you for a couple days.
Yep, that's exactly it.
Or was it like, oh shit, I won?
Nah.
Like instantly, woo.
Nah, it was like for a few days I'm like, I can't believe this is my kid. Like I can't believe this is my boy. You know what I mean? It's just it's whatever answer number one.
So you weren't thinking like, oh man, I done effed up.
Yeah.
Crap.
No, I think about that when I wake up 3 o'clock in the morning, changing this dude screaming out loud, crying at the top of his lungs. The first few times I was changing, I'm nervous. I'm like, I don't want to rip anything apart. I don't want to hurt him or whatever. Now I'm just like, it's light work. Lift him up, boom, boom, boom. Wipe, seal him up. We're good to go. Go back to sleep.
Beat it, kid.
Yeah, hand him off to my to Charisse, my wife, so she could feed him and I can knock out.
Nice.
Yeah, man. So it's dope.
Are there any special tools you need?
Nah.
Just straight raw. Just
raw dogging. Just raw dogging this whole fatherhood experience. Just don't be a prick. That's it. Just care for your kid. That's all. And you'll figure things out.
Now, I've heard this before, but does it change the way you think about your life and other people's lives? Now you're more like, wow, you were once a baby.
Yeah. More in like just the way I see things, as I understand more. Like all the dads, what they were saying, like our parents, like one day you'll understand what we're saying. And now it's hitting me like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing like.
I meant more like when somebody's being a jerk to you. You're like, I can't hate on this guy. He was a baby once. I'm caring for a baby right now. This guy was once very helpless.
Yeah, no, one thing that I see with just not with pricks, well, people are just like I look more about how they were not raised, but like what their lifestyle was growing up. Like now I got it, because now I'm thinking about like how I'm going to teach my kid. Like how to be a good man. You know what I mean? I don't like the one thing I want him to be is a good man. If he becomes successful in whatever way he is, that's cool and all. But if you're a prick, then I might be ashamed.
You know what I mean? You don't care if he's homeless. You just want him to be a good guy. Like, no, he's homeless, but thanks
for taking it to the far extreme.
But he's a nice guy.
No,
like, you can't hate on.
Like I said, successful whatever ways he wants to be.
What you mean is. He doesn't have to make $1 million.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Just as long as he has a good heart.
Yeah, but I forget. I think one of the motivational speaker guys. I think his name is Jim Rohn. He's one of the guys. I think that's him. Okay. But he was explaining success as not just financial. Yeah. You're successful when you're successful in a couple of different realms. Okay. And I'm paraphrasing here. Yeah. One is financial. Yes. When you meet a certain
it's been
level of financial success that is successful for your lifestyle, right? Yeah. Right? If you're a person that grew up in this kind of neighborhood and you live under these circumstances and then you start making this type of income, so now then you budget this way and now you have excess in this amount, boom, that's success. True. And you're not living poorly, right? That's success. That's one part. Okay. Then it's success in relationship. True. Right? That's your like personal relationship, like your wife, your kids if you have any, your family, successful relationships in that. True. You're treating those people the way you're supposed to. Everybody is taken account for, no one's left out. Yeah. And people respect you. And then there's relationship in the public. Okay. Friends, coworkers. True. They treat you with respect. They think you are a good person. That is successful. So with all those, and last one is health. True. Your health is optimal, or at least in good standing. Okay. You take care of yourself. You make sure that you exercise. You make sure that you get out. You move around. You make sure that you eat right most of the time. Okay. You indulge a little, but you're not throwing yourself away. Yeah. You're not doing drugs. Or if you are, it's like very rarely for fun. Yeah. Right? But you're not killing yourself. Yeah. That's success when you have all those things going for you. So that's the hard part about a kid. Yeah. Because you got to make sure that
he does everything.
You set the groundwork so that he can want to
be like you
and be a good person. Want to have a good relationship inside of his home and outside of his home. Yeah. Want to have some sort of financial success. Yeah. Because a lot of people cop out. Yeah. Let's be honest. They say, I'm a good guy. I don't care if I don't make $1 million. I'm fine without it. That's just a cop out because they don't know how to increase their income. And you should always be trying. That's true. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's true. Even if you don't reach it, you should always be trying. Even if you say that genuinely, like, hey, I really don't care that I'm not making even 6 figures. But that shouldn't be don't let that be a cop out of why you're not trying.
Don't get complacent.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I get exactly what you're saying. And that's exactly it. The one thing that's going to be tough is I know, like, the kids, they're so impressionable. Like, even one small mistake or act of laziness that you have, they might take on that. You know what I mean? And not even knowing they do that. Like, say you break promises. You don't mean to, whatever you just do. Sooner or later, your kid is going to be doing the same exact thing because we are a reflection of our parents, whatever. One thing that I know that I'm a white belt in is financially. That's the stuff that I have to work on because growing up, it was tough, man. We grew up in Jersey City. We almost went. It was so bad that here, quick little sharing. My mom was thinking about sending my newborn brother, he was a baby, to Philippines because she wasn't sure how financially she was going to take care of him and all that stuff. She almost she was at we're at the verge of being homeless, but it's a good thing that we had family here and we stayed with them. So all that stuff kind of, it still resonates with me. So I have, like, it's a great thing. Like, you know, the one thing I love about marriage is that yin and yang. Like, you know, the stuff that I'm weak in, she's going to hold me down. And that financially, she's really good with that. Like saving, all that stuff. So
I don't know if that was an innuendo for me to start taking care of your son. Because I'm not.
Oh, you're not?
Yeah. Sorry.
Well, so this whole spiel was kind of pointless. So there that goes.
No, but you're right. Like that's part of why you get into a relationship and you find a partner that can complement you.
Exactly,
right?
Man.
We don't have to both be good at the same thing.
Yeah.
It's nice when it does, but we don't have to.
We're not great at everything. I think that's one thing we have to realize as a people. That's why people that are the most successful people are the ones that realize, like, I need people to hold me down, people to kind of carry me up. Not carry me up like, oh, you're our master, blah, blah, blah. But you know what I mean? Like, when I'm falling down or the stuff that I'm weak at, I have people to hold me down. Yeah. You know what I mean? So,
besides your wife, too, right?
Exactly,
your friends.
Man.
You need your friends to know, okay, there's something wrong with Ames right now.
Yeah.
He's not feeling quite right.
Exactly.
Or he's a little down because of this or that.
Yeah. Or if I'm slacking, we're like, yo. Yeah. Wake up, man! We got things to do. Yeah, priorities.
Exactly.
So you know that's what a great team is like here at Subforce. Not a shameless plug, but people hold each other down and all that good stuff. Man. So yeah, man. So it's dope. So let's get right into it, man. And enough of this fatherhood schmooze fest. We got some MMA and some other good stuff to talk about, man. The one thing I'm most excited for is a UFC event. Which one? Is locked and loaded.
Oh,
what number is it? 213.
Are you talking about Cowboy versus Lawler?
Oh, that one I just saw, too.
That's 213.
That is 213.
Is it?
Let's look.
Hold on. I think I'm confused. Or are you talking about Stipe versus Miocic?
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Did I just say Stipe versus Miocic?
And I just said that's what I'm talking about.
You're
cut
talking
us some
about
slack,
Stipe,
guys. We're looking at our phone right now, looking to see.
No, you're talking about Stipe versus Dos Santos.
Yeah.
Dos Santos.
Dos Santos.
Man, we're all effed up today.
No, we're looking at our phone right now. We're trying to see if we're getting
Ames drinking some Viagra iced tea. I don't know what it is.
It's passion fruit. Okay, so it's Viagra
like I said,
juice.
Viagra juice. And I'm drinking some Turkish coffee that I made that is subpar at the very best.
It looks good though.
No, it's not good.
It's not.
I made it way too watery or something.
You know what's the problem?
What's the problem? I didn't make two?
No. We're not drinking Chimera coffee.
That's right.
You see?
See? It's all there.
We're not connecting all the dots because we don't have the nootropics.
Prime example, guys. Take that as a lesson. Mm-hmm. Let us be the lesson.
Yeah. Let us be your guide.
Coffee. Don't forget that the coupon code, if you go to Chimera Coffee, show the art, you save 10%.
Damn.
It's a lot. That coffee's expensive.
But well worth it. You don't want anything cheap like that freaking Folgers BS.
Folgers
or that coffee house. What's it called? Something
coffee house.
Whatever it is.
No, there's Folgers and there's
something house. Toll House.
I don't know.
We don't drink it. We don't drink that BS. So let's go to 211, baby.
211.
Let's get it rocking.
Okay, so that card. When is that card? May 13th. That's next week. Holy crap! The main card starts with Henry Cejudo, Olympic champion, versus Sergio Pettis. One of my favorite upcoming fighters.
Yeah. You've been talking about him for forever now. Yeah. You are a huge fan of him.
I hated on Sergio Pettis when I first saw him.
Yes, you did.
Because this guy was riding the coattails of his brother, as he should. Why am I hating on that? Yeah. I'm not. But he had this weird arrogance and swagger about him. Okay. It's like, dude, you're 19 years old.
Relax.
You're a good fighter, but relax.
Mm-hmm.
You're still just a kid. Then he got spanked up by somebody. I forget who beat him. And I remember watching in a hotel room.
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah, thank God. And then, but then after that, he came back completely different.
Okay.
Humbled.
Dos Anjos?
An even better fighter.
He fought Dos Anjos.
Sergio Pettis?
Yeah, 180. Yeah.
No, Anthony Pettis fought.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I'm talking about the little brother, Sergio.
My bad, dog.
No, it's all good. But, he came back humbled and is magnificent.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent fighter. So I'm really interested in seeing this fight. Henry Cejudo, great wrestler versus Sergio Pettis. Very great striker. Classic wrestler versus striker. But Henry Cejudo has power. He's got bombs. And he's coming off, not his last fight, but the one before that, disappointing loss to DJ, Demetrius Johnson, pound for pound number one.
Number one.
And he was talking a lot a lot of crud that he was going to beat him. So
when's the last time someone's ever used the word crud?
I bring stuff back.
You're bringing stuff back, huh? I like it. We're bringing it to the table. I did that. Hey, even before that, did you see the main event for prelims?
No. What is it?
It's Eddie Alvarez versus Dustin Poirier.
Oh no.
Right?
That's the prelim?
That's a prelim. That's the last fight before it's they're sending us off the right way.
That could have been a main event of a card.
Yeah, that could be on like Ultimate Fight Night or whatever it's called.
Yeah, it could have
25.
been a FS1.
Yeah.
That could have been an FS1 main event card. It could have been a Fox main event card.
Absolutely.
Or it could have been co-main event in a pay-per-view.
That's
honestly.
when you know it's stacked.
Yeah.
When you have Eddie Alvarez, who did he headline 200?
Yeah.
Who
No. That was 205. Connor fought him
okay.
at 205
in New
MSG.
York.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you have him who just headlined New York.
Yeah, the biggest event ever.
Yeah, for UFC. That was the biggest event for UFC.
Former lightweight champion.
And now he's on the prelim card. Not like it's a bad thing, but it just shows you how much.
And he's fighting DP.
Yeah. Are you with me?
Dustin Poirier.
Let's get it.
That's an excellent fight.
Okay. Who do you think is coming off that? Do you want to just talk about the excitement, the matchups, or do you want to go with predictions, or do you want to save that for next week?
No, let's go a little prediction, tiny bit. We don't have to go crazy.
Okay.
I think
I'm going Eddie.
You're going Eddie Alvarez?
Yeah.
You know, Eddie Alvarez, great fighter. Dustin Poirier, great fighter. Dustin Poirier's chin has been looking a little suspect, man. I'm afraid for him. But Eddie Alvarez did just get knocked out. Yeah. He just got conked out.
Yeah, but he got conked out by
Connor. By that cannon of a right hand.
Yeah. It is a cannon.
I'm gonna go Eddie Alvarez too.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Eddie Alvarez because he's hungry now. I mean, he was hungry before.
Yeah, not saying he wasn't before, but I just think he coming off a loss, and he lost against Connor. You know what I mean? So I think he's going to come back a little hungry.
Yeah, and he came off a loss because of a mental break.
Yeah.
You know Eddie Alvarez didn't pull the trigger in that fight against Connor.
Yeah, man.
You know he didn't. So, and that's because something happened and he got psyched out.
Under the lights. Could be.
The Conor McGregor effect, right?
Yeah, man.
So, I think that's how the fight will go.
Right.
But, maybe we could talk more about it next week.
Yeah. So let's go to Cejudo versus Sergio.
Oh, my God.
I think Henry's going to win. The smart thing for him to do.
It's wrestle.
It's wrestle.
Yeah, it's obvious. And he's so much better at wrestling compared to Sergio is than vice versa.
Yes.
Than Sergio is at striking compared. Because Henry's a pretty good striker. Sergio, granted, is really high level striker.
Yeah.
But
I just don't think he's gonna face him like Henry Cejudo, man.
Yeah. And Henry Cejudo is not gonna, play around with this.
He could stand up with you and he could stuff your takedowns.
And honestly, Henry Cejudo, he's one of the guys that I think still has the best chance of beating Demetrius. And they only had one fight.
Yeah.
And it went by pretty quickly. So it's arguable that you can have Henry Cejudo go on a run and then fight Demetrius again. He's still an Olympic champion.
Yeah.
He's still a great fighter. Yeah. I think he can be the guy that if he wins this fight, DJ fights him to break the record. I think that's a good fight.
That'd be a great fight.
I think that would be a very
good fight. Just because you lost doesn't mean he shouldn't get another chance at him. Another crack
definitely
at him. Definitely not.
Plus, like I said, if you're putting Demetrius Johnson against anybody to break Anderson Silva, him and Anderson Silva's 10 consecutive title defense win streak, whatever crap. Who do you put him against? You want to put him against someone that people aren't going to think is a blowout.
Yeah.
That's one. I mean, he's beaten almost every guy, so you can't avoid that. But if you're going to do a rematch, you got to put it against the guy that you think will do the best against him. Because you want it to be impressive, but also you want it to seem like he can lose.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think Henry Cejudo is their guy.
That's a great one. That's one thing too that's great about MMA or the UFC is that no matter what, you're always gonna put them against a great opponent, especially with this. Like when Floyd Mayweather broke his record, I think 49 or 50, whatever it is. When he reached it, he faced Andre Berto, and who we all knew he was going to be. So, just with boxing, you could pad up your stats.
But Floyd didn't break the record. Isn't the record 50-0?
50 when he's going to close into it. So I'm just saying, like the people that he's fighting right now.
Like his last fight to make 49-0 was against
Exactly.
Andre Berto, what's up with him?
Andre Berto is good, but he's not someone that was a real threat. That's like a lot of people that Mayweather faced weren't a real threat. Not saying that his whole career is kind of padded, but a lot of times the people that he faced kind of handpicked. Or that's not just him. That's just in boxing.
Now
like
let me
Eddie
ask you,
Golovkin,
and I hate to go off on this, but we don't have to spend too much time.
Yeah.
But did Floyd Mayweather face everybody he could have faced?
He could have faced Manny a lot sooner. He actually, I think it's Diego. He actually, a lot of people thought he lost. I think Diego Castillo, his first match, he had a rematch and he blew him out the water. But I think he faced a lot, majority of people that he could have faced. There wasn't really a lot of people, honestly, out there that he could have faced. Because
that's a problem. Yeah. Look at his record. He's had 49 fights.
Yeah.
To say that, forget about the beginning of his career, but let's say the last 20 fights of his career, where he was like, in his prime, I guess. Mm-hmm. To say that there was 20 top guys out there is hard to say in any sport, right? Mm-hmm. In any weight class. So I understand why he has some fights that are padded, right? Or that seem padded, but that's just a lack of contenders.
Yeah.
But if you're going to fight at the end of your career to break some records, no one wants to see you break it against a tomato can.
No, nothing against Andre Berto, but I think they got like really low, not ratings, pay-per-view buys.
Yeah, dude, I remember
it hit a real
You know what? I'm not a boxing fan, but I know when a Floyd Mayweather fight is happening.
Yeah.
When that one happened, I was like, what? How come there's no buzz?
Yeah.
Like I think I heard of it from somebody or like some minor way.
Mm-hmm.
Normally I hear about it because it's this big deal. Everyone's talking about it. This time it was like, what the hell? And then the fight happened. I didn't even know who won. Normally it's shoved down your throat. I didn't even know who won. That's crazy.
Nobody cares. That shows you how much nobody cared about it. But like if you look at the string of his wins, Zab Judah, Oscar De La Hoya, Ricky Hatton, Marquez Mosley, like he put the guys that he faced, Canelo, who's like the biggest boxing star right now in this present day. He's the biggest guy. He wiped the floor with all of them.
Yeah.
So to discredit him or to question his greatness shouldn't be so or whatever.
Sure. But that's why there's question marks.
Yeah.
That's why people are very hesitant to call him the best boxer of all time.
Yeah,
because of fights like that, questionable things. We don't want you to everyone knows, okay, inevitably you're going to face everybody. Uh-huh. But we want the matchups to happen when they're supposed to happen, not when they're not supposed to happen. Yeah. We don't want you to fight Manny Pacquiao after he's had a chance to lose a couple times. We want you to fight him when we want it to happen.
At his prime, yeah. I understand, like, it's a money thing, too, but, man, it would have been great to see them both, like, a little younger, fighting.
And had he beaten Manny then, would there be as much...
No.
There would be more of an assurance, like, okay.
Yeah, no one's doubting him, but if any haters could say anything, it could be that. But still, it's just like, it's tough, man, especially with that, because it's all about the money.
And at the end of the day, too, though, whether he fought this guy at that time or that time, he's still undefeated.
He's still undefeated, man.
At the end of the day.
But, you know, I could argue he might have had a better name or closer to being the greatest if he lost one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if he got that rematch back, or they had a trilogy, just like we talked about this podcast before, this subject before, Muhammad Ali has a couple of losses, but we still consider him the greatest because he came back, like Joe Louis and all that good stuff.
When you face adversity, it shows what kind of champion you really are.
Yeah, exactly.
We talked about that with John Jones a bunch of times.
Absolutely.
A couple years ago when John Jones was like killing people, and this is before he got into all this. Before he got into all this trouble. I mean, just we didn't even have the podcast yet, but we were always talking, like, around the water cooler at the gym.
True. At the
like,
gym,
hey,
baby.
John needs adversity. I mean, granted, he's fighting good guys and he's blowing them out, but he needs adversity, and that's the problem with fighting. Now, the other side of the equation, when you get a guy like Conor McGregor, who is everyone's on his Irish jockstrap.
Yeah, just clinging on right now.
Yeah, and they just believe and parrot everything he says. When he says he's the best pound-for-pound fighter, then he's not.
Yeah.
He's a great fighter, but he's not the best pound-for-pound fighter. He's lost to people he shouldn't be losing to. I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
And then when people have these lists online, again, these lists don't mean shit, but when it's like, oh, who's the top 3 pound-for-pound fighters of all time, and they pick Conor as one of them.
Yeah, you're smoking. You're smoking.
Yeah, it's like there's people who have done.
He still has a lot to. He still has a lot to prove,
and he has a lot more to prove. Yeah,
that's a main thing. Yeah. He has a lot to prove, man.
He does, just like you do, just like I do. Got a lot to prove. So moving on, Yair Rodriguez versus Frankie the Answer Edgar.
I'm going Frankie.
You know, I'm going Frankie just because
this is an easy one for me. Even though Yair has. He has a lot of great tools. I don't think he's ready for a seasoned vet. That's still he's not out of his prime yet. Frankie Edgar, man.
No. Yeah.
It's just Frankie's just faced great.
Yeah,
what are you gonna do?
And Frankie's only fought adversity. Even when he was the champion, it was only adversity.
Yeah.
So
if Yair wins this one, man, will I be jumping on? Make room.
Yeah, I mean, we're already fans of Yair.
Yeah.
But you're asking us to pick a fight with emotions aside.
Yeah.
We're picking based on what we think is what matters.
Yeah.
And what matters is the technique, the experience,
the game planning.
Frankie has proven time and time again he can beat anybody. So
he could stick with the best of them, man.
And Yair showed that some of his weaknesses, which happen to be things like basic strategy, not blowing your load, things like that, like basic striking.
He's
like
good.
You don't have to go crazy with your striking.
You don't, man.
You know, there's times when that is.
I don't think that's gonna work on Frankie. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I don't think that's gonna work on Frankie.
Exactly.
Man. I think he's prepared for it. I think conditioning is going to play a big part. I think he's going to put him through the ringer, man.
I think so, too.
If Yair wins this, whatever way possible, I will be thoroughly impressed.
And you know who become the world champions of the world?
Who?
The guys that are at Yair's, that were at the point that Yair's right now, right?
Okay.
The same guys, Jose Aldo, Anderson Silva, any of those guys, that used to take big chances, high risk, high reward. So they make they get a lot of highlights in the beginning of their career.
True.
And they're fighting guys that aren't the best in the world yet, which is fine because they're not either. But they're getting a lot of highlights. Then they think they can keep that up when they go against the best.
Yeah.
The guys who become the world champions of the world, they say, I can't keep this up.
Yep.
I have to go a little smarter. Granted, they don't finish as many fights anymore, but they go on to having long win streaks, and they go on to winning many matches.
Yep.
That's why Jose Aldo, he doesn't finish as many fights these days. A, he's fighting the best in the world. B, he's fighting a little smarter because he knows he can't get away with that stuff against the best in the world. So Yair needs to make a decision. This is a crossroads for him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Oh,
no.
We could edit it.
No, it's fine. It's
okay.
Screensaver came
out. Oh, okay. But no, I definitely agree. Another person Yair reminds me of is
me.
Another rewind back. Another person Yair reminds me of is Michael Venom Page. Like you can't pull you are a human highlight reel or whatever, but I don't think you could pull that kind of stuff with
the best
great,
in the world.
Yeah. What weight class is he? He's
Venom Page is 170, I believe.
He's welterweight. I don't think you're gonna be pulling that with like someone like Cowboy Cerrone,
Rory McDonald.
Exactly. You're not
GSP.
pulling that. Yeah. Good luck with that stuff, man.
Robbie Lawler.
I mean, if you do though, man, you're great.
Well, exactly. Yeah. But again, that's where the high risk, high reward type comes in. Some people ruin it for others. Some people, they do squeak by, and their high reward just keeps coming, and they make it far with this high risky fighting style, and they knock people out and they win, and then they might lose one sloppy decision, but then they come back and knock out a couple more people. But don't get it twisted. That's more rare than common.
Yeah.
So
the only
do you want to take that chance?
He's not as like a big huge highlight film, but that's what John Jones is, man. He made it through because he's that rare of an athlete.
Yeah. But John Jones, the thing is, John Jones throws in some flashy strikes, but they're high percentage flashy strikes. Yeah. You know, he'll do spinning back elbows, but he just doesn't do them anywhere. He does them when he's in the clinch. Boom, spinning back elbow.
He really picks those spots beautifully.
Yeah.
Man. When I want to see if there's a stat like how many times he connects with that spinning back elbow, because it seems like he connects so many times, man.
I would like to say it's 80% on point.
It's high percentage.
Yeah,
he's a one person. It's just part of his craft. It's part of his moveset. We're just waiting for it to happen.
Well, because all his strikes are based on strategy.
Yeah, it's predicated on.
I doubt most of his striking is based on like let's just go in there and natural, be a better timing athlete, whereas a guy like Anderson is more so that way. I think he has a lot of setups, but he's more so just looking for the timing of strikes.
Okay.
That's why when his career he gets older, things start to slow down.
True,
he's not as sharp anymore.
Yeah.
Which is surprising about Floyd, because Floyd is very much like that, and he still kept it up. But anyway, but yeah, I mean. We'll see.
We'll see. So moving right along, we went into that really deep. But the next fight we got is Damien Maia versus Jorge Masvidal.
Oh, God.
Damn.
Holy smokes.
This is going to be...
Imagine Masvidal wins.
Oh, if he breaks this, if he cracks the Damien Maia code, then
he gets a title shot.
He should.
I mean, Damien Maia should get a title shot.
They both should, whoever comes out of this.
Yeah.
But if Jorge does... Oof. And I bet you UFC's going to be like, thank God. Because he's younger. He's more...
he's more exciting. He'll sell more tickets if you put him out
there.
To
the casual fan, he'll hit them more. Just because he's more of a striker base.
Yeah. And Masvidal, too, I know he's kind of hood.
Yeah.
And I know he talks like that. But I know he's a very intelligent guy when you talk to him. And I know that at any point, he could turn his intelligence on. Mm-hmm. A lot of times he's entertaining, but I know he can turn his intelligence on. So with that type of guy, you can take him to meetings, no problem.
Yep.
But you could put a camera on him, no problem.
No problem. Anything, no problem.
Yeah.
I think he's the guy that UFC's kind of praying wins.
Yeah, but also you feel genuine.
Yeah.
The talk is genuine.
Okay.
The tough guy is genuine. I don't give a crap is genuine.
Then he started off in the backyards, right?
Yeah,
backyard
he was
brawling.
Wasn't he like Kimbo Slice's protege or one of the guys?
I think he was. Yeah, I didn't do too much research on it or look it up, but I remember him starting over there. Yeah. So that's pretty dope. So
now, do you think Damien Maia made a bad decision with taking this fight the week before Wonder Boy and Tyron Woodley, the champ, their fight? He took this fight a week before their fight.
That's tough.
Like what?
That's tough.
Huh?
Yeah, that's tough.
Like what?
But I just think he just wants to keep fighting.
Yeah, but I get it. Like, wait another week though, because Tyron Woodley he won the fight and he came out kind of unscathed. I'm sure Tyron would have been like, "Yeah, I'll fight him in 2 months. Let's go."
That's true.
I'm sure Tyron would, because Tyron is looking at Damien Maia like, the way he talks about it, I can 100% beat this guy.
Yeah.
I don't need the longest camp. Yeah. Now, will it happen? I don't know.
Who knows?
But he has 100% confidence. Had Damien Maia waited, I think he would have gotten a title shot way sooner.
You think so?
I think at this point right now, what are we, a month, 6 weeks removed from that fight?
Yeah.
I could see them having their fight in 2 more weeks.
The only thing is, I think UFC is kind of trying to push him or give him like the hardest route to Tyron as possible, just because they don't want to. It's going to be a hard sell.
Because if he wins,
that's
the thing. If Damien Maia, the soft-spoken, non-English speaking guy, I mean, no, he speaks English, but. Yeah, he's like 38.
He's older. Yeah. He's humble. He's not exactly what you're looking for.
He doesn't sell tickets.
To the hardcore fan, you're rooting for this because especially if you love jiu-jitsu. So anyone listening to this podcast, you're probably rooting 100% for Damien Maia. But to the rest of the world, we're like a small little niche. You know what I mean? So it's just everyone else probably they want Jorge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
and if he wins, he's probably not going to win in exciting fashion. He's going to win in a slow grinding, jiu-jitsu fashion way.
Exactly.
He might submit Woodley, but there's a big chance that if he beats Woodley, if they even fight, it's not going to be by submission.
Sure.
I have a feeling that Woodley can defend subs pretty well, even against Damien Maia. And he's just a very strong guy. Strength helps a lot when you're escaping subs.
Okay.
It really does. Being explosive helps a lot.
Okay.
And, because when you have the technique and the explosiveness, which I think Woodley has, it makes more of a difference in escaping.
Gotcha.
Right? Sometimes people miss that explosiveness to get out.
And the awareness of like times. Because
sure.
I'm not well versed, or it's not like I have huge experience in jiu-jitsu. But one thing that I notice is that it's small things I see or whatever. It's like, I wonder if like someone more experienced in jiu-jitsu, just like those little moments that you have. I think some people have it, some people don't have it. Like when it's like, oh, this is time to get out, or this is time to escape. You know what I mean?
Sure. Well, I mean, on that note, some people are just better than others at things, right? You might be naturally better and see escapes better than the next guy.
Gotcha.
But the next guy can see subs better than you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, definitely.
But
who do you think?
They don't want Damien Maia to win this fight.
They don't want him to win, but you know what? I think he's gonna win. I think Damien's. I
think
he's
so
gonna.
too.
I think they might stay in it for a bit because Damien Maia, he's better now at setting up his takedowns.
Yeah.
If this is like 4 or 5 years ago, I would have said Jorge wins just because Damien Maia just gonna go for takedowns. He's gonna freaking show it. You could tell when he's coming in, but I think he's gonna stand up with him for a bit, kind of lull him to sleep, and then once that anaconda freaking grabs onto your
and you know what, man? It's one of those things where everyone's like, man, I could stop that stuff.
Yeah.
I could sprawl on him. I could stop him. But then you get in there and he's just so relentless, and it's back with so much technique, and he's confident in it now, which is the biggest difference. The confidence in that the strategy is gonna work. You get. You don't realize how little time that you have.
True.
Where you should really start the fight on one knee, so that you're already halfway sprawled. You know what I'm saying? Like
I get
people
you.
slap hands, and then next thing you know, the guy's on one leg, and you're like, "Fudge! How did I get this deep into a takedown?"
Yeah.
When it's like you don't have that much time. You see it so many times. Chael Sonnen fights where he just runs at people when the bell rings, and it's like they're wondering why their game plan's not working.
Because he's running his game plan right on you.
Yeah, way too quickly. So now, with that said, Masvidal has been making a believer out of me.
He has.
I think he can win. He has the chance.
Do you think he's going to win?
I don't think he's going to win. I mean, I'm a jiu-jitsu guy, so at the end of the day, my heart goes to jiu-jitsu guys. But Damien Maia's jiu-jitsu has proven the last couple of fights that he can submit anybody.
That's why. I think what Damien has showed me is more than what Jorge has showed me. So I'm going, and he's a jiu-jitsu guy. So
2 dream fights right off that fight that I would love to see one day, which probably will never happen. Damien Maia versus Jacare Souza. Probably won't ever happen, but that's a dream fight.
That is.
It'd probably be a snooze fest. Or it might not be. It might be fireworks. And Jorge Masvidal versus Nate Diaz. Or Nick Diaz. Or Nick Diaz. I don't know if Jorge fought Nick. He might have, like in Strikeforce.
Okay.
But Nate's what's hot right now.
Yeah,
Nate's so hot right now.
We can talk about him and Dana talking about how he might never fight again. Yeah, which is he banked so much money off that Conor fight.
Oh yeah.
And it's not like Nate lives a lavish lifestyle. Just gave him some weed and a mountain bike or whatever, a road bike, and he's good, right? So
Nate said he's running. Nate was on the MMA Hour.
Yeah, can you? You know what? You want to get into Nate later? Because
sure.
Yeah, let's finish off these.
JJ versus Jessica Andrade. JA versus JA. Oh. Dude, I put these things together like magic.
JJ.
What was the last one? It was JA versus
AJ.
No, who did she fight last? Who did
JA
Joanna? Was it Kowalkiewicz? What's her name?
KK.
Yeah, it was JJ versus KK.
Yeah, Karina.
Dude. They didn't put it together. That was my thing. That was a beautiful way of marketing that fight. JJ versus KK. They didn't take me up on it. Now I'm giving you another one for free.
JJ versus JA.
JJ versus JA. Come on. Or JA versus JJ. Let's go. Come on. Let's get on this bandwagon, this train.
Yeah, guys. Get on that train. All one of you.
These people are idiots.
But until JJ gets to throw, and I'm never going to go against her.
This is a scary fight, though.
She is fighting a tank.
Dude, Jessica Andrade is no offense, but the better version of Claudia Gadelha.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Because she's not I feel like she fights a little smarter. Claudia is only grappling, and she'll blow her load. Jessica has showed that she'll strike, she'll bang.
Yeah, I think I agree exactly what you said. I don't think J.A. is gonna fight with emotion. No. I think that's what got Claudia.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. She was so caught up with just like when Cerrone lost to Nate Diaz. Some people just get in your head, man. And I think JJ got into JJ got into
Claudia's head. Yeah,
Claudia's
true.
Head. So I think Jessica is not gonna get caught up with all the good smack talk that Joanna gives, and I think she's gonna give her a run for her money, man.
I'm siding with you though.
Yeah,
I don't bet against champs unless it's like what the hell. But I'm going with JJ because she's shown that she could beat the grappler.
Yeah,
a couple times. She's shown that she could beat the striker. She is a striker.
She could play any game.
She
That's what
showed
makes her
it.
So scary.
And she showed that she can withstand adversity and beat you up in the 5th round.
Yeah,
like she's shown a little bit of everything. So you can't go against her. If she loses, I won't be surprised because of the type of fighter that Andrade is.
Yeah,
but
until it happens.
Yeah,
and that is your girl. I don't think you're ever gonna go against.
You can't
JJ.
bet against the queen.
Yeah, not Queen JJ. And moving on to our final fight.
Crazy.
Stipe was Junior. I mean, Junior was Stipe.
Only for a few years ago.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You just talk
straight up the same
boxing.
Guy.
They promote the same exact
knockout
thing.
Artists.
Yep.
They have the same body type. You know,
do, man.
I mean, with the little differences, but they're both like slim, heavyweight, tall guys,
quick ass hands,
boxers.
Same exact thing. I'm just like. It's like watching
nice guys, smiley guys, but they they can stir the pot a little bit.
Yeah, man, and from their last fight, I think a lot of people thought Stipe won, and this is gonna be a tough fight.
I didn't think Stipe won, but a lot of people did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, a lot of people thought he won.
Well, a lot of people are idiots.
That's true.
No,
there's a lot of jabronis out there.
No, but that was a very close fight.
Yeah, and I think. Yeah. This time, usually I'm not gonna go with a person that's been out of it for a while, but I really think Junior needed some time off.
Yeah,
because he went through wars. Kane took him for a few rides.
I mean, his fight against Stipe, he took a lot of damage.
And then he fought Overeem, so he needed time to heal, man. Yeah. So I think this is perfect.
And that's a big noggin.
Yeah.
That needs a lot of time to heal.
Yeah, that is.
Junior's got a big ass head.
He has a big ass head, man. This is going to be a fun little slugfest.
When is the last time we had a fight like this where the champion is fighting the challenger, but the challenger beat the champion years ago?
Yeah,
there's a rematch where the champion is, is coming off the losing end.
Yeah.
Of this.
But what's crazy, too, is after that loss, Stipe went on like a 5 fight win streak.
Yeah, came out to win the champ.
Finishing people off, man. So he's the guy that stopped Fabricio Verdum's smile from ever coming back.
Yeah,
that or face, whatever that was, that has never been seen.
Holy
again.
crap! That was the whole stadium with those Fabricio Verdum faces, and then he got slept.
When I saw that, I'm like, yo, they're gonna lose, man.
He's know, right? Lose. It was so sad.
Once I saw that, I'm like, even though it's very lighthearted, it's not cocky,
and it comes from a guy that's his personality.
Yeah.
But it's like. You're extra right now.
Yeah. Don't be extra.
Don't be extra.
Don't be extra. Don't give him that sauce. Don't give him that sauce.
Don't ever be extra. Don't ever give the sauce.
Yeah, don't.
If they say, hey, I got free extra, deny it. Say no. Yeah.
If the people ask like, hey Fabricio, can we have some extra sauce? You tell them, nah.
Nah, dog.
Nah. We're all out.
We're all out.
We're all out of that extra sauce.
But it's free.
It's free though.
No.
Not anymore. You gotta pay.
And if Fabricio, somebody comes at you like the UFC brass and says, "Hey man, we got this free extra for you," it's going to make, dude. I'm telling you, it's gonna make you more money. No, Fabricio, deny it. No more extra.
Hey, but Fabricio, you're gonna get a lot more fans because of this. If you just give them just a little bit more
extra
sauce. What do you say, Fabricio?
No.
No sauce.
You gotta say no.
No
more sauce.
So Stipe,
just fighting from now on.
No more sauce, boys. Unless you're Conor McGregor,
dude. Make the face, but that's where it stops.
Yeah,
that's where it ends.
No,
make that face.
Don't give other people the face. Stipe must have been so happy. like inside for putting him to sleep. After if I saw all those faces, I'm like, you son of a.
That's
you
so
made
true.
the time to put all these faces to print these bad boys out
in his home country, Brazil.
Yep.
I went to Brazil. There was like 20,000 Stipe what's his name, Fabricio's in the building. Right? There was like 20,000 of those faces.
At least.
That was a campaign and a half. That was like 2 campaigns.
He would have been the president of Brazil if he came out the winner of that fight. Yeah. All that sauce.
You know what it looked? It reminded me of that scene in The Matrix, the second one, when Agent Smith meets Neo, and Neo sees that he has duplicated himself for the first time, and it's like, what the hell? And now one Neo has to battle all these Smiths.
So much sauced up Agent Smith.
Too much sauce. And what happened?
Yeah, same thing.
Neo won.
He won. So all this sauce, man.
Too much sauce.
Too much.
Sometimes too much sauce.
Don't get extra. Don't get that's.
So tell them what can they learn from this?
Don't be extra.
Don't be extra.
Don't be extra.
Simple
man.
as that.
So with that said,
who's gonna win? We didn't pick a winner.
I can't believe I'm such a douchebag. I just said, oh, you never bet against a champion, right? And I'm betting against a champion.
You're picking Junior?
I'm gonna pick Junior, man. I think the time getting me healed up was good for him. Even though I think, damn it, now I think Stipe's gonna knock his block off.
No, but you're right though. Yeah. And this is a special circumstance because Stipe lost their last fight.
Yeah.
He didn't lose his last fight, but the last time these guys fought,
he lost.
Yeah. So there must be something there where Junior's coming in with that knowing that.
He might have that quiet sauce.
Junior out of all people, I'll tell you what, Junior, don't bring another kid from Brazil. It worked once. It was extra, but it worked. Yeah. Don't go anymore. Don't bring another little poor kid from Brazil. It's not going to work anymore.
No favela kids, please. Nah.
No favela kids in your corner. It was great. That was fun. And you made it out unscathed. You did what many thought you couldn't do. Yep. You did what Fabricio failed to do. Win with extra. So
with that said, don't bring it with you.
Don't bring little pito with you.
No, don't bring that sauce with you. Right? No matter how little that free extra sauce is, don't bring it.
Don't bring it.
Stipe doesn't want it. Yeah. If there's nothing we learned. Stipe don't like sauce.
Stipe don't like no sauce.
He don't like no extra. Yeah. Not even the gum. Don't bring it. Don't bring it.
I'll tell you what though, Stipe is a big star now.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Good for him.
He's a big star. And it's crazy that he won the UFC championship belt the same year that the Cleveland Cavaliers with LeBron James, best player in basketball.
We could go into that, but we'll go into that another day.
Yeah, they won the championship the same year. Yeah. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that is.
That's pretty crazy.
I think he's a good luck charm, man. You know what? And I really like Stipe, man. Yeah. He grew that's what I love about those I was gonna say those extra shows that they have, but those shows that 24/7 type. What do you call them?
The UFC ones, embedded, or
embedded,
the countdowns,
all that stuff. It was really good because I really got to enjoy Stipe. Because if you did, I'm like, he's just some dude from Midwest. Yeah. I can't really relate to him. He's white. I'm not. So. Yeah, but actually,
but you're right, and he's one of those guys when it's fight time, he's not fooling around.
No, he's not.
But
beforehand,
homeboy
is funny, and he was at the suit store and all that stuff. He made me laugh, man. I'm like, you know what? You're a good guy, and I go for good guys.
He seems like a guy that anybody could hang out with.
Yep,
and he'll be your best friend.
Exactly.
It could be LeBron James. It could be Tom Cruise. It could be you or I.
Yeah,
we're gonna be best friends with the guy.
Yeah, if I had a lineup of John Jones, Stipe, Conor McGregor,
Jose
Aldo, I'd probably pick Stipe to hang out with.
Yeah?
Yeah, just because it just seems like a down-to-earth. And then maybe Jose Aldo, I hang out with him because he doesn't seem like,
No, Jose Aldo seems like a nice guy, but I wouldn't be able to speak to him.
Yeah.
That'd be a hard conversation.
Exactly. So Stipe would probably be the guy out of all the champions right now that, not even champions, but big names. I'd hang out with.
I might hang out with John Jones.
And I would hang out with him too. But I'm just saying, if I had the first choice, automatically I would have said Stipe just because he's fun.
Yeah. No, I agree, man. I agree. Yeah. So on that note, we got to go.
Guys, we hope you enjoyed. I got a baby to take care of. I got to get some butt sauce.
Yeah.
Butt sauce. I got to get a rash. She has a little rash, but whatever. I don't got to get into that.
Hey, honey, I'll be back. I have to go to the store and get butt sauce for our son.
She texts me, can you get some butt cream or whatever it is for me or for the baby? On that note, guys, we hope you enjoyed. And if you did, please like, share, subscribe, rate with your friend. Let them know how much you enjoy our show, man.
It goes a long way, guys. Leave a review on iTunes. It makes a big difference.
Yeah.
And lastly, but not leastly, Go to our website, show the art. Go to our store page. I think the URL is showtheart.storeenvy.com. And
get some goodies.
Get some goodies. Whatever you get from our store, type in the coupon code STAPOD pod, and you'll save 20%. That's a gift from us to you.
You're welcome.